Bismillah walhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. So this story is called A Clever King. There was a country a long time ago where the people would change a king every year. The person would become the king, and he had to agree to a contract that he will be sent off to an island after his 1 year of being king. So one king finished his term, and it was time for him to go to the island and live there. The people dressed him up in expensive clothes and put him on an elephant and took him around the cities to say goodbye to all the people. This was a moment of sadness for all the kings who ruled for 1 year. After saying goodbye, the people took the king with a boat to the remote island and left him there. On the way back, they discovered a ship that had sunk just recently. They saw a young man who had survived by holding on to a floating piece of wood. As they needed a new king, they picked up the young man and took him to their country. They requested him to be a king for a year. First he refused, but later he agreed to be king. People told him about all the rules and regulations and how he would be sent to an island after 1 year. After 3 days of being a king, he asked for the ministers if he could show them the island where all the other kings were sent. They agreed, and they took him to the island. The king was covered with thick jungles, and sounds of vicious animals were heard coming out of them. The king went a little bit inside to see how it was and discovered the dead bodies of all the past kings. He understood that as soon as they were left in the island, the animals came and killed them. The king then went back to the country and requested the people to provide him with 100 strong workers. He was provided with 100 workers, and he took him to the island, and he told them to remove all the deadly animals and to cut down all of the trees. He would visit the island every month to see how the work was progressing. In the first month, all the animals were removed, and many trees were cut down. In the second month, the whole island was cleaned up. The king then told the workers to plant gardens in various parts of the islands. He also took with himself useful animals like chickens, ducks, birds, goats, etc. In the third month, he ordered the workers to build big houses and docking stations for ships. Over the months, the island became a beautiful place. The young king would wear simple clothes and spend very little from his earnings. He sent all the earnings to the island for storage. 9 months have passed like this. The king called the people and told them that I know that I have to go to the island after 1 year, but I would like to go there right now. But the people didn't agree to this, and they said you have to wait another 3 months to complete the year. Now 3 months passed, and it was a full year. The people dressed up the young king, and they put him on an elephant to take him around the country to say goodbye to others. However, this king was unusually happy to leave the kingdom. The people asked him, all the other kings would cry at this moment. Why are you laughing? He replied, don't you know what the wise people say? They say that when you come to this world as a baby, you are crying, and everyone was smiling. Live such a life that when you are dying, you will be smiling, and everyone around you will be crying. Well, I've lived that life. While all the other kings were lost into the luxuries of the kingdom, I always thought about the future and I planned for it. I turned the deadly island into a beautiful abode for me so that I can stay there peacefully. Subhanallah. What a lesson to take from the story about how we should live our life, the life of this world, to prepare for the hereafter, inshallah. In this life, we shouldn't get lost into the beautiful things of the life and forget about what's coming in the hereafter. Rather, even if we are kings, we should live a simple life like our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ did and save all of our enjoyments for the hereafter. And may Allah make it easy for all of us. Ameen. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum.